So hi everyone, in this video we will be understanding about the place mix. This is one of the mix in your marketing management. Okay, so this is one of the marketing mix, and in this we will be understanding about what is place or what do we understand by channel distribution. So let's get started. So when we talk about place basically refers to what? Place refers to the distribution decision, which is a very important and vital marketing decision, and is a very important component in your marketing management. Okay, so your marketing objectives, they cannot be achieved unless and until you are able to transfer the goods to your ultimate customer. Okay, so place mix plays, or the distribution channel plays a very important role in deciding how you are going to do the movement of goods. So it decides the movement of goods. Okay, and how the movement of goods takes place. Okay, so the place decision involves determining the right place. Okay, the right place, the right time, and the right person refers to the channel member, or you can say the channel member, to ensure the smooth flow of goods and services. Okay, so the goal of this place mix is what? To ensure smooth flow of goods and services, of goods and services, or it could be or services. Okay, so the distribution basically means what? That we are taking help of either the external or the internal sources for the effective movement of goods and servicing, and it involves various activities like transportation, warehousing, storage, inventory management, packaging, to achieve the marketing goal. Okay, effective distribution creates what? It creates time, place and possession utilities for effective delivery of goods and for achieving high customer satisfaction. Again, this point is very important if you are preparing for any competitive exam, that the effective distribution creates which types of utility. So it creates time utility, it creates place utility, and it creates possession utility. So this is very important a question with respect to your exam point of view. Now moving on to the next slide, distribution function. So what does distribution function includes? So the distribution function has what? It has got your two objectives. The first objective is extending the market base and ensuring the smooth flow of goods. Okay, and these functions can be either your demand oriented function or it can be your supply oriented function. So if we talk about the demand oriented functions refer to what? It refers to the primary operations of the distribution channel, and the supply oriented function refers to what? It is the physical movement, or the physical movement of your products to ensure quick, economic and safer transfer of goods to the buyers. Okay, so these are what? These are the two objectives. Okay, these are what? These are your two objectives of your distribution function. Okay, now in a marketing channel, what does a marketing channel mean? Again, marketing channel in terms of exam point of view, this topic is very important, especially the levels in marketing channel is very important. So let's understand what is marketing channel. Sometimes this marketing channel is also referred to as distribution channel. So distribution channel is also referred. So marketing channel is what? It is a set of independent organizations which are involved in making the product available to the end user for the end consumption. Okay, the channel consists of people which are known as what? These are known as your marketing intermediaries. Okay, now there are different types of marketing intermediaries like your wholesaler, retailer, agents, jobber, or these are what? These are your some marketing intermediaries. Okay, we'll be studying these different types of marketing channels in the upcoming slides. Okay, but before that, let's understand what is the function of an effective distribution channel. Okay, so the function of an effective distribution channel is what? That it helps in the flow of information. So it helps in the flow of information and making information available to all the channel intermediaries. Then it acts as a communication channel. It acts as a point of negotiation. It helps in determining the orders. It also helps in financing. Then it helps in risk taking and risk bearing. It allows the physical distribution of your goods and services. Then it allows in the transfer of money and payment. Okay, so these two functions, they are basically what? These are acted as the exchange functions. These are what? These are the exchange functions. These exchange functions are what? These exchange functions are facilitated by the distribution channel. Okay, now there are different types of marketing flows if we talk about distribution channels. So there is physical flow. Physical flow involves what? Physical flow involves the movement of goods. So in this slide you can see that the goods are moving from the supplier to the end customer. Then there is title flow. Title flow means that how there is movement of the title. Okay, so the supplier will give titles to the manufacturer will give titles to the dealer, and the dealer will give titles to the customer. Then there is payment flow, or there is what? There is transaction flow. There is information flow, or you can say communication flow. And last but not the least, it also helps in the promotional flow. Okay, so these are some of the marketing flows that are happening in the marketing channel. Okay, now coming on to the channel structure. So the channel structure is what? Channel structure, it is of two types. One channel structure is one is without intermediaries. It is known as your direct channel, and one is with intermediaries. Okay, that we are studying this with intermediaries. This is known as what? You can say this is having indirect. Okay, nowadays you would have heard about D2C. So D2C is what? Which is without any intermediaries. Now in the intermediaries, we have two types of intermediaries. The first one is the merchant middleman, and the second is the functional middleman. Okay, so these are the two types of intermediaries. Now if we talk about channel with intermediaries, so there are different levels, or you can say there is different length of marketing channels. We can also say them as the levels of marketing channel. Now there are different levels. So this is the first level, in which the manufacturer directly supplies the goods to the consumer. In the two level, you have the manufacturer, retailer and consumer. Here you can see that in between there is a retailer component. In 3 level, you have a wholesaler and there is a retailer. Now wholesaler is a person who is buying the goods for reselling purpose, whereas retailer is what? He is buying the goods to provide goods to the customer for end consumption. Then there is agent. There is the last level, that is the 4 level marketing channel, in which we have agent, wholesaler and we have retailer. So agent is what? Agent functions on the principle of commissions. Okay, and this 4 level channel is useful when you want to provide your goods to the end customer in the case where the shelf life of the product is very less. Okay, where the shelf life of product is very less, or the product is highly perishable in nature. when the product are what, when they are perishable products. Okay, in case of FMCG products, this we are using this three level we are using this three level marketing channel. Okay, so these are some different types of marketing channels. Now what are the some of the things that we keep in mind, or how do we decide that this is a particular marketing channel? So the first thing is that we need to formulate the strategy, we need to formulate the channel strategy. Okay, we need to identify the channel strategy. In the channel strategy, we need to formulate the channel strategy. So this is the first step. Then we need to design the channel structure. Okay, the channel structure, it depends upon what, it depends upon setting up of the distribution objectives, specifying the tasks to be performed in the channel, considering the alternative structures, and choosing the optimal structure. Then selecting the channel members is the third step. Motivating the channel members is the fourth step. Coordinating with marketing mix is fifth. And evaluating the member performance is the last step. Okay, so these are some of these steps of designing a marketing channel. Okay, now these are some of the factors that we keep in mind while deciding which marketing channel we should keep, like the product consideration, the market consideration, and company consideration, and middleman consideration. So these are some of the factors that affect marketing channel, like which channel, which type of marketing channel, or which type of structure we should follow. Okay, last but not the least, seeing the situation, seeing the current scenario. So the marketing scenario is changing. Nowadays companies are going for multi-channel or omni-channel, or you can say a hybrid approach, where the companies are using multiple channels to reach out to their customer, as the end goal of any company is to what, the end goal of the company is to provide the goods to the customers, to improve their customer satisfaction. So in nowadays we have seen that the marketing channels have also changed a lot in the previous few years. So the companies they have shifted from physical channels, physical or traditional channels, to e-commerce, multi-channel, and omni-channels. And currently most of the companies are what, they are following omni-channel approach. So that's all in this video. I hope that you would have liked the video, and I hope that through this video you would have learnt about what are different types of marketing channels, what are the different levels in marketing channels, what are the factors which are affecting marketing channel selection. And if you like the video, do subscribe to the channel to stay updated and to stay connected, and share this video with your friends and with your classmates. Stay healthy, stay blessed, happy learning.